G'day and welcome to another episode of EscapeArtist. This week's video we're addressing the reality of PLBs and GPS trackers in life or death situations. So stay tuned and we're going to get into that right now. First of all, I'd really like to thank everybody for their comments on the last video. It was an overwhelming response, and in regards to the use of, in particular, the Garmin and the spot tracker, you guys out there have convinced me that that's something I should have, because one of the prime functions or advantages of those two machines is that if you're lying in a ditch unconscious and you can't press the button to alert emergency authorities, you've got a backup there in the people that are watching you on those trackers. They can see that you're down, they can see exactly where you are, and regardless of whether you can press that button, they can get help to you. So thanks again to everybody who commented, and you've certainly sold me, and I will be looking to purchase one of those, as well as carrying my PLB at all times. I recently posted a video in regards to the use of PLBs and GPS trackers, and the response for that in the comments section was overwhelming. Now, comments alone aren't something that I would normally consider worthy of posting a whole new video, but there was one comment in particular from the last thread that I found really struck a chord with me, was super important, and I felt that I really should share that with everybody out there because the prime function of PLBs and GPS trackers is to save your life in an emergency situation. So one person commented by the name of Clay Marks, and Clay is what I would consider an expert in that field. So I'd like to read you some of his comments in regards to the use of PLBs while you're out riding, hiking, hunting, all those sorts of places. Clay says, as an experienced military and search and rescue emergency services helicopter air crewman with thousands of hours experience in Australia and some in the US, Southeast Asia and North Africa, Middle East, pretty much everywhere, I can attest firsthand that PLBs are the best choice and should be your first choice. I've been on multiple searches where the spot type trackers have either failed or given inaccurate reference point data. That's not great. In Australia, the only item you can rely on is a PLB. He's happy to argue the point with anybody with actual experience of searching for people using these items, which is fair enough. So some pretty compelling evidence there from someone who is one of the rescue crew, saying that your PLBs will give accurate data as to where you are and the others not so much. Clay goes on to say in another comment, even worse is when you're calling loved ones as they get the emergency text. We are in the helicopter on the phone and we are asking them for information, and the loved one or friend cannot read off of longitudes and latitudes, which would be fairly common. They are often in a state of panic, and one woman was blubbering and crying so much we could not get a single bit of info from her, so we had to radio the local police to go to her house and give us pertinent information from her hubby's spot tracker. Relying on untrained people to raise the alarm is often much worse than dealing with inaccurate equipment. Just my 2 cents. I think there's some really valuable comments there from Clay in regards to what a lot of people I think are relying on with the spot trackers and Garmin and things like that is the people on the other end. How will they deal with that situation? Not everybody's cool, calm and collected. What I've taken from all the comments I've got from the last video is that if you can afford it, carry both. It's a really good idea. This one here is almost definitely going to get the emergency services to you much quicker than these will. That's not to say they won't work, but I just don't think, from what Clay's saying, that they're as efficient. In the adventure riding and hiking, hunting field, these are great for keeping loved ones in touch with where you are, communicating on the outside, especially if you have a mechanical breakdown or something like that. They're going to be really, really handy. If you can afford it, I highly recommend you carry both. Something else that was brought to my attention in the comments section regarding the Garmin and the spot tracker. One thing in particular with the Garmin, someone said that they were able to find this online, I think through Garmin maybe even, for $400. Now I'd said in the last video it was $600, so at $400, that's a really good buy with all of its functions. So apologies for that, and thank you very much for sending that comment through to correct that. Also with the subscription, both of these have what they call flex plans. I imagine with the fixed subscriptions they were probably fairly unpopular. So they've both adjusted that, and you can turn these on and off for monthly periods whenever you like, and that makes these really affordable. So with those plans being as flexible as they are, these are a really, really good idea to be carrying with you. So that's it for this video. Thanks again to everyone who commented on the last one, and especially thanks to Clay Marks for letting me use your comments and your name. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm going to be out riding, how about that? The restrictions are down here in Queensland, Australia, so I'm going riding, finally going to go camping. I'm pretty excited about that. So look out for the next video, and we'll see you next time on Escape Artist. Bye for now.